वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री प्रभुपाद। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम पदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौर किशे नमः। O most beneficent incarnation, you are Krishna himself appearing as Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden complexion of Srimati Radharani, and you have widely distributed pure love of Krishna all over the world. We offer respectful obeisances unto you. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangosтрapashram Yagnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although the complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associate servants, weapons, and confidential companions. नाना शास्त्र विचारणैक निपुणौ षड्धर्म संस्थापकौ लोकानां हितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मान्यौ शरण्याकरौ राधा कृष्ण पदारविन्द भजना आनंदेन मत्तालिकौ वंदे रूप सनातन रघुयुगौ श्री जीव गोपालकौ. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, namely Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatana Goswami, Shri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, and Shri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizing and studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds. And thus, they are honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narom Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayat Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Go ahead, Prabhuji. Recap. Go ahead, please. Lesson 45, I think.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Happy Diwali to one and all. We are going through Sri Jaiva Dharma, and today the prayers offered by Samta Mataji and Itapriya Mataji were really great. And yes, today we'll go for synopsis of lesson 45 from Sri Jaiva Dharma, which was enlightening for Vipralamba Bhav. So, His Grace Charuchandra Prabhuji last week in lesson 45 elaborated in much details about this Vipralamba Bhav, that is the basis of Shringara Ras, and which is the perfection of Madhurya Rati. So this chapter, this lesson 45, it included 4 themes Prabhuji elaborated. The first theme, which was more elaborate, the importance of understanding the Swarup Lakshana of Shringara Ras and its two components, especially Vipralamba. So then the second theme which followed, Purva Rag, the first of the four types of Vipralamba. Then Mana, the second type, and the fourth theme included Prema Vaichitya and Pravasa, the last of the two types. So, as Prabhuji explained, Vijay Kumar asked a question to his Guru Maharaj, and I think Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, I forgot the name. Um, yes, asked the question that why do we need to understand the Swarup of the Shringara Ras? So, unless and until one is proficient in the understanding of the Swarup Lakshana of Shringara Ras, it is not possible to awaken rasa in sthai bhav despite mixing with it the four ingredient bhavas, that is Anubhava, Satvika Bhava, Vabhichari Bhava, etc. So the four types that the Shringar Ras is a super excellent and profuse transcendental element of Madhurya Rati. So it includes the four types in case of Vipralamba Bhava, that is Purvarag, Mana, Prema Vaichitya and Pravasa. And in lesson 46, Prabhuji today will be covering about Sambhoga, which is the union of lovers that enables them to enjoy their transcendental pastimes together. And Ashtakaliya Leela, Prabhuji will be elaborating in lesson 46 today. So what is Vipralamba Bhav? That is love and separation. The delightful emotion that manifests when the particular couple cannot fulfill their longing for pastimes, such as embracing and kissing. So it can occur in any state, either in union or separation, and it nourishes the mood for Sambhoga, and Sambhoga cannot develop fully without Vipralamba Bhav. In case of Purva Rag, so it includes the three times, that is Prauda, that is matured Rati, that is Samartha Rati. Then the second one, intermediate, that is Samanjasa Rati. And the third one, that is Sadharini, that is ordinary Rati. It is the formation and enchantment that arises when the couple see and hear about each other before they actually meet. It is called as Purva Rag, and which is the foundation for Madhurya Rati. The heroine may see Krishna in person, his form opens in dreams. One may hear someone glorifying him from her sakhis and duties and listen to songs praising them. The same seven causes that begin with Abhiyoga are also the causes of Rati in Purvarag, which first manifest in the gopis and then Krishna reciprocates. Then theme 2 included the 10 states of Prauda Purvaraga. So, how matured Rati will have this state? That is, first one is lalasa, icha, desire, anxiety, that is udveg, then sleeplessness, that is jagran, emancipation, that is leanness of the body, that is tanam, then inertia, that is jadatva, impatience, that is vyagrata, then illness, that is vyadhi, then divine madness, that is unmada, delusion, that is moha, and longing for death, that is mrityu. So these are the different 10 states of Rati, who is in prouder state in Purvaraga. So then 4 of the 10 states of Samanjasa Purvaraga, that includes Abhilasha, Chinta, Smriti, and glorifying the qualities of lover, that is Guna Kirtan. So the different symptoms Prabhuji elaborated in this. In case of Sadharan Purva Raga Rati, the ordinary one, so exactly like Sadharani Rati, then Kamalekha Patra, then Nirakshara Kamalekha, and Sakshara Kamalekha. Prabhuji explained just before break. Then theme 3 included the mana and its underlying principle. So it is the bhava that prevents the couple from engaging in the cherished activities of embracing, looking at each other, kissing, talking in a pleasing way, and so on. Even though they are both in the same place and they share a deep attachment for each other, the Sanchari's bhavas include despondency, doubt, anger, etc. The basis of mana is pranaya. And here, mana, it is of two types. A mana with a cause, that is sahetu, with objective, and mana without a cause, that is nirhetu. So, Mana with cause, Hetu, that is, we do see the example of uh, Rukmini Devi in Dwarka, and how Satyabhama's heart was overpowered by Mana with the Parijat tree. So, it is jealousy which is overwhelmed by Pranay rise in the heart of the Naika when she sees or hears her Nayak favoring a Naika from the rival, that is Vipaksha, or marginal, that is Tatastha. So the three ways of discovering the positions of the rival, that is Vipaksha Vaishishya, that is seeing directly her beloved engage in pastimes with the rival. Then Anumati, that is a tail signs on the body of her Nayika, hearing her lover inadvertently say the name of a rival, or she sees the rival in a dream. Then hearing, that is Shruta from a Saki or a parrot. Then theme three included, that is causeless mana, that is nirhetu, that develops when pranay is enhanced by an apparent cause for mana, but not in reality. So Webichari Favas in this rasa is concealing one's emotions and feelings. Then in this theme also, how is mana with sahetu or without a cause nirhetu pacified? So it is explained with respect to 9 points. That is causeless mana, sama, veda, kriya, dana, nati, upeksha, there is rasantara and alternative means. So these were explained. The theme 4 included prema vaichitya. So it refers to heartfelt times of separation that the Naika feels even when she is very close to Naik, and it is the Swarup Lakshana of Prema in its highest state. So this super excellent feature results in a type of helplessness or agitation of mind that creates an illusion of being separate from Krishna, and this unnatural state is called Vaichitya. Then Pravasa. So pravas is the obstruction between the couple when they have been together and are now separated because the hero has to travel short or long distance for a particular duration. In pravasa, the one one experiences all the vyabhichari bhavas of Shringaras except jubilation, pride, madness, and shyness. So it's of two types: intentional pravasa and unintentional pravasa. So in case of intentional pravasa, because of some obligation or responsibility, most of the time Krishna had to leave to Mathura and just going out of the sight. So going to the distant place like Sudura Pravasa, that is past, present, or future. Then in case of unintentional pravasa, Sudura pravasa caused by subordination to others or by circumstances that are beyond control, that is divya, adivya, and divya divya. So the 10 stages that manifest in this pravasa, even for Krishna, thoughtfulness, sleeplessness, anxiety, becoming thinner, darkening of the limbs and face, incoherent talk, illness, madness, bewilderment, and longing for death. So Prabhuji explains so nicely in his last lecture, that is lesson 45. So today Prabhuji will proceed for lesson 46 for Sambhoga and Ashtakali. Hare
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All good Srila Prabhupada. Now, this Vipralamba, that is very, very important in Raga Bhakti. Vipralamba is the one who controls almost everything in Radha Krishna Prema. And Vipralamba is the one who nourishes Sambhoga, that is the union. And that is what now we are going to discuss about it. So this is the familiar slide. You've seen that black box. That's lesson 46, chapter 38, and Sambhoga and Ashtakaliya Leela. So nearly half of my class today will be all about Ashtakaliya Leela. That is the Ashtakaliya Nitya Leela, always going on. And that is the entire 24 hours of Shri Radha and Krishna, how they spend time. And that is what we are going to be talking about. And this is extremely important. This discussion will keep on going all the way to the end of the course in lesson 48. So please pay attention. We are going to talk about it in great details. Nearly half of the class will be in Ashtakaliya Leela. Okay. So with that, let's go. And thank you, Mataji. Very nicely done. You always do it so wonderfully. So impressed by you. So these are the themes of this lesson 46. There are 4 themes. So first, just as Vipralamba had the 4 divisions, here also the Sambhoga, there are 4 divisions. First of all, Sambhoga union, that itself broadly classified into 2 main categories. One is the principal one, the Mukhya. Mukhya, the Sanskrit word means principal one. So in that, there are 4 divisions. And the same 4 divisions are actually there in the minor Gauna. Gauna means minor, secondary Sambhoga. So that will be the second theme. And the third theme will be talking about the specific anubhavas, just as we talked about specific anubhavas, Vyabhichari bhavas in Vipralamba. So here also we'll talk about the anubhavas. Anubhavas are very important. Remember, the actual bhavas emerge in the heart, and that's called Udbhaswara. We discussed about that. And whatever the bhavas rising in the heart, that transmit to the bodily senses, that externally manifest in the different limbs of the body. So that is the anubhavas. And the last but not least, as I told you, nearly half of the seminar, half of this talk will be about Ashtakaliya Leela, the 8-fold divisions of this 24 hours, how Shri Radha and Krishna interact, that we will talk about. Okay. And Vijay Kumar's questions number 562 to 583, that we'll be going through that. So here is the one that talks about the 4 divisions of the principal Sambhoga, principal union. Okay. And first, let us read the topmost portion. This that is separation in Vipralamba rasa is limited to Krishna's very important point to note in our mind. Okay, mentally, this Vipralamba that we discussed about it, that is only in regard to the Pragata Lila, or the manifest pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna. Okay. But in Apragata Lila, there is no Vipralamba. It is going on all the time, eternally. So that we have to remember. And that is exactly the way it's in Goloka. So in Gokula, in Vrindavan, this Apragata Lila, which is not seen by conditioned souls, like most of us, extremely very advanced souls, they can visualize these unmanifest pastimes. Okay? So there is no Vipralamba. Again, I keep repeating myself. So now we talk about the 4 divisions of Mukhya Sambhoga union. And there are 4 kinds. First one, and these all 4 kinds of Sambhoga, they are directly interrelated with the 4 kinds of the reasons Vipralamba, right? So Vipralamba that we talk about first, Purva Raga, right? So Purva Raga is connected with the Sanshipta Sambhoga. The Sanskrit word Sanshipta means very summarily, very brief, okay? So they had this Purva Raga, and now they are meeting in a suddenly very brief period. So obviously there is a degree, so it is characterized by reverence and shyness. First time they are meeting, of course, we know they always met, they spent childhood together, but the Yavana that conjugal rasa, that is just beginning, okay? So that is the one in that raga. Now they're meeting, so there is a shyness um, and between the couple, and consequently there is an expression of their mutual love. Love is there, of course, such as so now kissing and embracing, that is the main part of the union. They want to do it, but very, very brief and rather clumsy, as we all experience when we were in our teens and early youth. We all go through that. So there is a fear is also there. There's a shyness is there. So it's extremely brief. Okay. So that is called Sankshipta Sambhoga, and it's directly related in the separation Purvaraga. The next one is Samkirna Sambhoga, and that is related to the mana portion of the Vipralamba. So remember how mana takes place, right? And the hero is behaving in a way, and that is really very, very painful for the heroine. Okay, he is deliberately meeting her rival, and now he's coming back with all the apparent signs that he spent the time with a rival. So you can imagine Radharani how much she's angry, pain, and everything is there, right? So that is now related to the Sankirtan Sambhoga. So that's the restricted union under mana that is specified. Okay, so mana, Krishna is now successful in pacifying her, but the lingering feeling of pain is still there. So Radharani wants to enjoy with him, all right? But at the same time, right back of the mind, she's thinking about how severe pain Krishna had caused her in that mana period, okay? So there's a mixed feeling. So she's not able to enjoy fully that union. So that is called Sankirna Sambhoga. Uh, um, Back and forth is going on. The feeling of union is there. She is happy that Krishna is now there for her to enjoy, but at the same time, the way Krishna behaved, that is, paining her. Now, the third kind of union, that is now what is really a beginning of real enjoyment, okay? So it is called enriched union. After the hero and heroines have been somewhat distant, okay, from each other for some time, not long time, okay. We are not talking about Krishna being in Mathura. Let's say Krishna is temporarily away and they are coming back. So now they are enjoying their union. But the external uh, uh, reasons that is there, they have to worry about the people, their parents, and all that is there. So this union, Sankirna union, is accomplished following the hero's return from being a short distance away. Like he went to a forest for herding the cows and so on, like that. Okay, and there are two sub classification. One is agati, just coming, in an ordinary union, that is, and then there is a pradurbhava, that is the when the two passionate lovers certainly meet each other, okay? And we will talk about it in Ashtakaliya Leela. Even when Krishna is in the forest, somehow the Sakis and the Sakas of the couple, they uh, they meet, they arrange for Radha and Krishna to meet even in the forest. We will see that, okay? So that is what we are talking about. Accidentally but happily come face to face. So this union now it's kind of enjoyable, but for a short period. The real union without any kind of inhibition, all the inhibitory factors are removed now, okay? They don't have to worry about the people, society, social, all these things. Nothing have to be worried about. that is when Krishna comes back from Mathura to Vrindavan, that we talked about in Sri Gopala Champu, completely free of all inhibitions, and that is called Samriddhiman. Samriddhi in Sanskrit means great opulence, right? So here the opulence of meeting, no fear, don't have to worry about the society like that, flourishing union. And it is a long-term union, nothing to worry about. After being separated for a very long period, 100 years of separation, they're meeting. So inability of the couple to see and most to meet each other because of not being independent and social etiquette all disappeared completely. The profuse bliss that ensues when they suddenly meet with no restriction whatsoever. Okay? Again, there is also there are two kinds, sub-kinds. That's called channa, that is concealed, and the other one is prakasha, manifest. Yeah, and that also we'll talk about Nashtakali Leela. So now I hope you are clear about the four divisions of Sambhoga, which is directly related, respectively, the four reasons of this Vipralamba. And that is what you need to remember, okay? Okay, now we talk about these same four divisions in this minor union also, secondary union. So they are experienced not in a way really, but during the dreams meet, okay? It's a little difficult to understand, okay? How they meet in the dreams. So when you meet someone in a dream, that is not a reality, right? But there's a reality and the illusion, they keep on tumbling, revolving each other. So let's we talk about the samanya or the general kind of this dream-like meeting, okay? And what are the Vevichari bhava? That is sleep is prominent, okay? So dreams, so there is a question arose in the mind of Vijay Kumara, because remember we ask question because we are dogmatized in our current environment, and current environment is on a material platform. Material platform, whatever happens, that's not exactly same as that happens on a spiritual platform. So Vijay Kumar is thinking the dream in terms of material platform. Material platform, the dreams are not a reality. Whatever happens in the dream, most of the time I dream. Like last night also I dreamed the same thing. I was flying with a jet speed, Obviously that is not possible in a real life, okay? So, and that is usually, it's explained by our acharyas, the dreams that we incur at this material platform is due to the rajoguna, mode of passion, actually. So they are not really real. There's no reality. Dream is dream. So how is it this possible that they meet in the dream and that is real? So how is this samriddhiman sambhoga, especially the topmost kind of union that happens in a dream? So now the Siksha Guru is making him realize that please shed off your material platform of thinking. Don't apply material logic. And your human intelligence is of no use, This is the spiritual world we are talking about. Even though that's happening in the so-called material world, but wherever Krishna and Radha is there in Vraja, that is the exact replica of the spiritual world, Goloka, Vrindavan, Dham. So that's again spiritual platform. Not only that, Radha and Krishna, but even entire the Leela, entire pastime, including their grandson, Usha, Aniruddha. Aniruddha is grandson, Pradyumna's son. And we know all the story from the 10th canto, and I believe you're all going to revisit by the mercy of Sharat Prabhuji that he's going to redo the entire 10th canto. Okay, so there you will come across that story. How about Usha and Aniruddha meet? Usha dreams about Aniruddha, and she never knew who this Aniruddha was. Okay, all she could see a very, very charming prince. Remember, Krishna's all the sons, even the grandsons, are exactly like Krishna, exquisite beauty, charm, and everything. So she was kind of wondering who this great prince is there. Immediately she fell in love, and this all happening in the dream. So when she wakes up, she tells her Sakhi that please find this prince for me, you know. And Sakhi, this Sakhi was very good in painting. So the way she described her dream and description of the prince, exactly she materialized in a photo form, in a portrait. And then she inquired who was, and of course that was Aniruddha. So whatever she dreamed about Aniruddha, exactly same Aniruddha in Dwarka, and Usha is in her father's palace. Okay, Banasura. Okay, so Saki arranged by her mystic powers, Aniruddha was entirely with his bed brought in the palace right there in the Banasura's palace. And of course, I don't want to go long story, but exactly what happened in the dream was really recapitulated the reality. So that is the one good example, Usha Niruddha. Not only that, sometimes is that real that when they exchange some material like ornaments a hero gives to heroine, that happens in the dream. But when they wake up, that heroine finds the same ornament right there in reality. So that is what you have to understand. This spiritual world. They find everything that is they see and experience in dream state. That is the really actual reality. Okay, so that is what it's called general kind uh, of dreams, but for spiritual platform. Now there is a special kind of this dream state meeting, and that is very, very hard to even understand, to comprehend. Even it was for me. Look at this, and you will see there is hardly any detectable difference between the two. Okay, but if you remember the Sanskrit word, then you will understand. So these are experiences real and incredibly amazing. Okay? One is the awakened state. Okay, and we all know we experience at our platform also awakened state, but still dreaming. It's called live dreaming. Okay, and that happens, when you talk about it's, you're let's say you're speaking to your friend, and suddenly while you're still talking with him, he's right in front of you, and you are thinking, suddenly you remember what transpired, what happened during the day with your boss in your office, or let's say something else, that you're with your wife or with your lover, something happened. And you are in that state. You are completely, uh, really in a day straight, okay? Fully awake and everything, and still you're in a dream state, and something is there going on, and your friend is talking to you. You see him, your eyes see him, but you don't see him, right? So that is a state. It's called awakened state, and it's in a dream state, and look at the Sanskrit word, Jagrayamana Swapna. In the living state, fully awake, and he is in a dream state, right? So understand that. And I give you a practical example in material platform that happens to many of us. Okay. Now I'm going a little bit in more detail, but now we have more time, extra 10, 15 minutes we got. Okay. So the other kind is a dream state while one is still awake. They both sound very similar, right? One is dreaming while he's awake, and here he is dreaming, he or she is dreaming and still fully awake. What is the difference? I could hardly see, right? But look the sense to the word. The first one is Jagrayamana Swapna. He is fully awake and dreaming. Here he is completely in a dream state and feeling like that he is fully awake. Dream state while one is still awake. So dreams of the gopis are of this kind, actually, this special kind, who are in prema, obviously, of course, and that is called fifth state. We all understand, right? There are three main states, right? Fully awake state, dream state, sleep. There is the intermittent sleep. The eye movement is there that you can tell. The person is dreaming, the eyes from the eyelids is still closed, but you can see the internal movement of the eyeball. That's called dream state. Okay, and there's a deep state, right? So these are the three states, but then there's a fourth state, turiya state. Okay, but now we are talking about the fifth state. Very, very hard for us to comprehend. It's happened to only the gopis. The fifth kind is beyond samadhi. Fifth kind is beyond the deepest sleep. Samadhi means completely in trance. Okay? So that is even beyond samadhi. So they are not like material that are born of Rajaguna. They are completely on a spiritual platform. So these gopis, they go to these two kinds of dream state. So there are anubhavas, and there are so many, okay, 20 different kinds. So we are not going to go each and every, but just few. Sandarshana. Darshana means to see each other, seeing each other. Jalpa. Jalpa is the physical, talking about something like mundane talking, but here it's not mundane talk. Sparshana, touching each other. Raha Vartama Rodana. Rodana means some kind of block, blocking each other's way in a solitary place. As Krishna is to block Radharani's path when Radharani is to go take the milk and milk products, go to sit and sell and everything. So Krishna would stop her like that. All the gopis so and like that. Vrindavan Krida, Yamuna Jalakeli, sporting in the water, Nauka Vihar, all these things. So that's listed here in 20. Okay? So these are the typical anubhavas that one experience in the union, the Radha Krishna Leela. Now we talk about Ashtakaliya Leela. So the entire next, next 20 minutes or so, we'll talk about that. And again, so detailed description is there. I'm going to have to read, and you understand that. And so there's nothing to explain there. All right, how they meet. That is what in all the entire detail, 24 hours that is being accounted for in this kind of this particular of Kali, Ashtakali, eightfold divisions of the 24 hours. And let's read the top portion first, topmost. This particular pastime, Leela, is divided into 8 time periods of the day. Okay. First called Nishanta, pre-dawn. So night is there, okay, before Brahma Muhurta, right? That is we are talking about. So let me tell you up front, okay? Or rather, I should wait. I'm not sure. I can't make up my mind because that will, if I tell you up front, then loses the charm of hearing that. So Nishanta, just to remember, there is a time period sometime during the night and really about Brahma Muhurta. Okay? Brahma Muhurta, you know, that's about 2 hours before sunrise, 2 or 3 hours before sunrise, like 3 in the morning to about 5 or 6 in the morning. So that's a pre-dawn. And then actual morning, Prata means even early morning we are talking about. Okay? And then early morning, like, 6 o'clock to 8, 9 o'clock, like that, Then Purvahana, but like Madhya means middle, Hana means the day. So Purva, so there is a beforehand, before 12 o'clock, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, like that. Okay. So early morning, Purvahana, and then of course there is a, so that's called forenoon. And then there's a Madhyana, around noontime, midday, exactly midday. And then Aparna, afternoon. And then Sayam, not evening, before evening, dusk period. Okay. And so that's good. So then Pradosha, the evening, the sun is about to set, and then Ratri, the night time. So this is how it's divided. So Ratri Lila and Madhyana Lila, there are 6 Muhurtas, and Muhurta is the time period exactly 48 minutes. All right. So there are 6 kinds, so 6 different divisions. The 6 into 45 minutes to calculate. Okay. So each, whereas the others are 3 muhurtas each. So one muhurta is equivalent to 48 minutes. And so 6 muhurtas and divided in the night time and the noon time. Remaining, there are 3 muhurtas. So much more discussion you will be hearing about the night time and the afternoon time detail. So here are this shown in a mind map format. Nishanta pre-dawn, Prata morning, Purvahana forenoon, Madhyana noontime, Aparahana afternoon time, Sayam, that is late afternoon, Pradosha, that is evening, and then Ratri, that is the night. Okay? So this is the way the 8-fold divisions of the 24 hours. And now each of this period, how the couple meets, that's what we talk about. So pay please attention. Extremely important. I cannot overemphasize that. And we are going to be talking about Ashtakalya Leela all the way to the lesson 48. All right. A devotee who wants to be in a raga bhakti is particularly need to meditate on Krishna and Radha's Ashtakalya Leela. That's why it's so important. So we need to focus. So whenever we meditate on Radha Krishna Leela, entire Leela of the couple, divine couple, entire their 24 hours, how they spend, and that happens nitya, eternally. That is what a raga bhakta need to focus on that. Then you will be on that spiritual platform. Okay, so as you can see, this is just the beginning. It's going to get more and more complicated. Okay, and the slide is going to be like that, slides. So please bear with me. And since we have so much time, we are going to go at a leisure period. But this is very, very enjoyable, blissful. So listen very carefully. And you imagine this is what's going on in front of your eyes, okay? This is what the example of meditation, the Ashtakalya Leela, extremely important. And we all want to be on a raga platform. Since this is what we are talking about, raga platform, let me in 1 minute, and I'm maybe going tangentially, but this is for a reason. I talk so much about it, and I'm talking about going tangentially. that is usually not recommended. I rather not. Okay. So here, let's start going through that. Okay. This is now a pre-dawn Nishanta period. Nishanta period is the night time before Brahma Muhurta. Okay. It's late night. Let's say about 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock, like that, the night time. Okay. Upon a bed of, so now note very clearly, the couple is together. Okay. And they are in the kunja, the bower. When the vines are there, malati, flowers are blossoming in the night, all these things there. And this union is arranged. On the Krishna side is Sakhas, like Subala. On the side of Srimati Radharani, her Sakhis, Manjaris are there. Okay. And they are the one who arranged that. So upon a bed of fragrant flowers, the bed itself is made of these fragrant flowers. Within the bower cottage, Radha and Krishna lie asleep on the bed together. Okay? Intimately entwined in an embracing situation, but they are in the deepest love in the sleep. They are sleeping. So to rouse them, now Vrinda Devi is the one, as you know, Vrinda Devi is the one who is in charge of arranging different pastimes. Ashtakalya Leela is also under the supervision of Vrinda Devi. So Vrinda Devi realizes it's time for the couple now to go back to their respective homes. And when we come to that rest of the pastimes, we will know. Krishna is, of course, he is in his home there with her parents, Yashoda Maiya, Nanda Baba. Radharani is at her place, that so-called husband's place, right? And they escape. After going to bed, Radharani, Yashoda Maiya makes sure Krishna is in bed, sleeping in sound sleep. Oh, same thing happened to Radharani. But then, after making that sure, Krishna escaped from his home. Radharani escapes from her home with the help of their Sakha and Sakhis, and they meet in the cottage, in that bower, okay, kunja. And that's where they meet together and sleep together. Okay? I'm just giving you to try to make you understand what is the situation. In the same way, now they have to go back to their homes. So their parents should not realize that they were missing them. Okay? So that's a Vrinda Devi's responsibility to awaken them in time so they can go surreptitiously go back to their respective homes so their parents don't miss them. Okay. So it's around about before Brahma Muhurta time, this was Nishanta. And so how does she awaken them? There are two birds. There are several birds are there, especially the parrot. There is a male parrot, and there is, of course, Shukadeva Goswami. And female parrot, so their names are there. And we will see the name Sharika. So here, both Radha and Krishna, they're lying in deep sleep, in an embracing situation, both of them intertwined together on the bed of the fragrant flowers. And now Vrindadevi orders these birds start chirping in a musical way, okay, in an attempt to awaken the couple, divine couple. So create melodious chirping in a chorus, in a very, very organized way. The birds sing, and that is what. So the couple is hearing that, but they don't want to be awakened. They don't want to. They were so enjoying each other. They don't want to. They're sleeping and dreaming like this. Okay. So even in the deep sleep, they refuse to separate from each other's embrace, which would terminate their stolen moments of such bliss. They were in great blissful moment. Okay. So the divine youthful couple remain as they are. And fretting means pretending that they are not awakened. They are awakened, but they pretend they are still deep sleep. They don't want to get up. And it happens to many of us. It's time to go to office, right? And we need to wake up, but sleep is there. We don't want to wake up. So that's what the situation happens here. And they are in this thought of having to acknowledge the wakefulness of the morning. Unfortunately, that's what they have to do. So Vrindavarani again tells the parrot couple, okay, there is a female parrot, Sharika, in her group of female parrots, and the male parrot, and that is Shukadeva Goswami, of course, in his previous lifetime, okay, with his group male parrots, and they coordinate and they increase the volume of their melodious song, and that forces the couple to fully awake now. Okay, and chatter each other, repeatedly trying to stir the love-smitten divine couple, and very reluctantly they have to wake up now. And then they realize they have to hurriedly go back. It's getting late. Go back to their respective homes before the parents find out that they were not in their bed, So stretching and sitting upon the bed of these fragrant flowers, they woke up now. So seeing Radha and Krishna sitting up sleepy-eyed and blissful upon the flower bed, okay, so in the real time they were enjoying that, but they feel that they enjoyed in a dream state, and they don't want to shatter that blissful dream. The fully blissful moments, okay. Smiling Sakhi's approach, and the divine couple begin various services appropriate to the time and mood of that. Sakhi's help get them get up the bed. Meanwhile, the male parrot Shuka and Sharika, that his female companion, and other pet parrots pointedly continue their discussion. Birds, they talk in the bird language each other, and they are enjoying this wonderful pastime of the divine couple. So overhearing their talk, and Krishna understands bird language, of course, and the divine couple realize that now, but the parrot couple is talking about, oh, the divine couple must hurry now. The time is clicking. They must quickly go back to their respective homes before they're discovered and that they were missing, So birds are talking. Krishna understands and realizes that now they hurry. So now they hurriedly prepare, abandon their flower bed and hasten their individual and hurriedly return back, of course, with the help of the Sakhas and Sakhis, and they're overcome with this fear that they might get discovered. And remember, this thing happens every day, all the time, Nitya Leela. That is the kind of enjoyment, blissful spiritual bliss is there. So there's a rasa is there, ecstatic bhava is there, there's a fear there, utkantha there. They go back again, dreaming of the next night, when that next night can come and they can be together again. So anxiety is there, rasa is there, fear is there, all these different bhavas, they're tumbling over each other. That is what Ashtakaliya Leela. Now, see that how complex, dense it is, and I have a limited time, and I wish I could talk 24 hours like that, and you could enjoy that. So now it's the morning time. Each couple, they are in their own homes. Okay, Yashodamaya coming to awaken Krishna in the bed, and he's pretending that he's deep sleep. In the late morning, the call of Yashodamaya stirs Krishna. Come on, beta, wake up. You have to hurry. Your friends are waiting for you to take the cows herding in the forest. Come on, wake up, Krishna, please. You know. Uh, so Krishna is pretending that he's reluctantly waking up in lazily. Sorry. Um, so brushes his teeth with a twig, and as you know, in villages how they brush teeth, they don't have these brushes like this. You know, they take datan. It's called datan, Gujarati one, and that is the plant twigs are there. You know, and that crush the end. And that's with that the brush. Rinses his mouth, and then with his mother's permission. So now I'm going to quickly read. Okay, but while reading, experience the bliss, enjoy. Okay, fully, and you have to internalize all the time, think and meditate on that. Okay, then you'll be in directly tuned with the divine couple. That is where you'll be in the raga platform. Then with his brothers, so all this 24 hours they spend together, how they spend together, this is what the Raga Bhakta talks, thinks about all the time, you know. So then with his mother's permission, he goes to the Goshala and milk the cows. Krishna himself is to milk the cows. And there are thousands of cows, remember, thousands of cows. With Balarama, his elder brother, eager to milk the cows. Meanwhile, Narada Muni, Srimati Radhika is being awakened. So, in the Ashtakalya Leela is being described to Narada Muni by the four Kumaras. Okay. So here, Kumara is telling Narada Muni, okay, Radha, Krishna is being awakened at his home by Yashodamaya. Radha Rani is in her home, and she is being awakened also from sleep by her Sakhis in her own palatial home. Getting up, she brushes her pearl-like teeth with a twig and rinses her mouth with her Sakhis. Let's see how much time we have. We have plenty of time still, right? Sharproji, remind me, okay, time. Because I'm in that mood, you know. So please watch the time. Massage her with, so all the Sakhis are massaging her with various scented oils. Next, she's led away by Lalita Sakhi and other principal Sakhis, the Ashtashakhis, to sit upon an elevated seat in the bathing chamber and help her take a morning bath. Okay. Then Radhika enters the chamber of the dress and ornaments. And we discuss about she has specific ornaments. Okay. Whilst the Sakhis smear her body with perfumed paste, oils, dress, decorate with finery and invaluable jewelry. And these all jewelries are not of material things, okay? They are all spiritual. Fragment flower strands down around her neck and black dresses and tool her below with sandalwood paste. So they are preparing her now. Here, number 5. In this way, the Sakhis render all kinds of expert service Sri Radha. And Manjari is also helping, okay? Completely satisfying her. At about the same time, on the other side, Krishna's home, Yashoda Maya sends for Radhika. Now, you have to imagine, you have to really also understand Krishna's breakfast means everything is prepared by Radha. And that we'll talk about it. Why? Yashoda Maya has thousands of servants, so many cooks. Still, it is Radha, Sri Radha is the one who makes breakfast and everything, cooks for Krishna. And because these special blessings was given to her, Okay, we'll talk about it. In this way, Sakhis entered all kinds of expert service to Radha and completely satisfying her. At about the same time, Yashoda Maiya sends a servant to go and fetch Radha. Come quickly. Krishna is getting late now. And she has to cook, okay, for Krishna. So Radha comes hurriedly with her Sakhis to Nanda Bhavana and cook for Krishna. So Narad Muni is, of course, hearing this description from the four Kumaras, okay? So Narad Muni is surprised. He's asking the question, why does Yashoda Devi, Yashoda Maiya, sends Radhika when she has her own servants, thousands of servants? Why she needs Radhika to come from her home, from Yavat, to come to Nandagrama and cook for Krishna, you know? So this is what we now hear about the reason, okay? Rohini Devi is there, all others are there. And they want to serve Krishna by themselves. But Yashoda Maiya said, no, only Radha will cook. So here's the reason. So Vrinda Devi replies here, oh great sage. Here Vrinda Devi is describing to Narad Muni. Great sage, I have heard from Katyayani Devi, there is an expansion of Mata Parvati, that Srimati Radhika had received a boon from the powerful mystic Durvasa Muni. The sage Durvasa had blessed her long time back, saying, O Devi, by the power of my boon, whatever you cook will taste more nectarian than the ambrosia of the immortality tasted by the Devas. Okay. Furthermore, such foodstuffs will certainly increase the longevity of one who takes them. So, Sri Radha, of course, Yashoda Maiya wants to have her son long living, healthy life, right? So that's why Sri Radha was specially given that boon that whosoever eats Radharani's cooked food will have that long, blissful life, you know. And Yashoda Maiya wanted that for her son. That is the reason Radha is to cook for Krishna. Okay. So now Yashoda Maiya, knowing of this boon, wants her son Krishna to eat the cooking stuff from Sri Radha, being full of parental love and care for Krishna. Yashoda always prays for Krishna to have a long life and relish palatable food. Therefore, daily she calls for Sri Radha to cook for Krishna. Now I'm in this kind of rasa, okay? So I can't keep track of time. Sharad Prabhuji, please keep track of time, okay? Moving on. So now it's early morning, sunrise. Srimati Radhika first takes permission. So, and we discuss these things, we hear this discussion, what happens on Radha's side, what happens on Krishna's side, okay? Simultaneously back and forth. So Sri Radha first takes permission from her mother-in-law and then joyfully proceeds to the house of Maharaj Nanda. So Radha's mother-in-law knows that she has to cook food for Krishna, okay? And who is her mother-in-law? Chatila, right? Kutila is the sister-in-law. And both reluctantly allow Radha to go to Yashoda Maiya's home. So she, Radharani, takes permission from mother-in-law and proceeds to the house, which is not that far. Later on, Shalpro will tell you how much is the distance from Yavat to Nandagrama. I think it's a few kilometers only. And Sakhi's prepared kitchen and breakfast. Sakhi's helper, of course, you know. Krishna follows similar morning routine on the order of his father, Nanda Baba. He milks the number of cows, which are thousands, with his friends and oversees the milking of the remaining cows by other Gopas, and then return home with his friends. So now Krishna is being prepared to take the cows to herd in the forest, for herding in the forest. So after returning home with his friends, he's now undressed and given proper dress to go in the forest, bathed by his joyous servants. He is then dressed with a fresh dhoti, yellow dhoti, a sparkling dhoti. Sandalwood paste is applied to his beautiful body and is garlanded with fragrant flowers, Vijantimala. Krishna is adorned with two garments. Such great details being given to us, One covers his lower body and the other his chest, uh, caressing his forehead and cascading down around the graceful nape of his neck. The wavy black curly hair are gathered in charming fashion that wonderfully expands the sweetness of his beauty, and beautiful tilaka is applied to his forehead and his effulgent moon-shaped forehead, delighting all. Everybody is enjoying that wonderful, wonderful delight scene, And this happens every day. Number 14, golden bangles and beads. I told you it's being discussed in great details. Nitty-gritty details are being given, and we need to internalize the mind, imprint on the mind, and constantly think. That is exactly how we can be in the Raga platform. Golden bangles and bejeweled bracelets decorate the wrist and forearms. Upon his finger rings glitter. A diffuse halo is spread by the exquisite necklace of shimmering pearl. All these instruments are spiritual, okay? Not of a material category. And his elegant neck and broad chest with makara, so his earrings are also like a shape of a crocodile, makara, And broad chest and with makara shaped sparkling earrings dangling from his earlobes and swinging the caress of his cheeks. So this earrings dangling and touching his feet, and that beautiful scenery is being enjoyed by all the sakhas. Same thing happened on the Radharani's side. His cheeks, the breasts, enchanting slight. Number 15. Now he's ready for breakfast. And Yashodamaya calls repeatedly, at last, come on, hurry up. She's shouting, Krishna's getting late, hurry up. At last catching hold of the hands of Sakha, and Krishna, along with Balarama, goes and have a breakfast. They are in the dining room now. Number 16, they all sit in a circle and take a breakfast of their favorite dishes prepared by Shri Radha and her Sakhis. Throughout the meal, Krishna and the Sakhas, they enjoy, they make jokes and so on like that. Okay? Thoroughly by making jokes, witty remarks, causing everyone to laugh in great mirth. Even though he is relishing the food, but he will start criticizing. Oh, this is not this not that, to make Radha a little angry, okay? Try to make Radha angry. This is routine all the time. Number 17, after the meal, Krishna takes Achmana. You know what is Achmana, right? And distributes, okay, sorry, what happened? Then chewing tambula, supari, He then, so that is the mukhwas, lies down upon a grand bed to rest just before moving to forest, short rest. So that is the early morning period. Now we are talking about Purvahana, forenoon. Krishna is all ready to go to forest. Krishna what happens now? Okay, so now Krishna wearing Gopa Vesh and dress, Gopa dress, a covered dress, the dress of a covered boy, and leads the cows and calves to the grazing grounds along with all the sakhas outside the village, in the forest. All the Vrajavasis, immersed in love and affection, are unable to bear this separation. Krishna is going to go morning till evening, will be away, and that kind of separation cannot be tolerated by all the Brajavasis. So they want to follow behind Krishna, but they can go only to a certain distance. They have to let Krishna and the Sakhas go in the forest, of course, and they have to bid goodbye. And come back soon in the evening so we can see you back. So before parting, Krishna speaks sweetly to his mother, Yashodhama. Yashodhama is telling, please take care. And she does not trust Krishna. So she tells Krishna's friend, Sakas, please take good care of my son. Don't let him get hurt, please take care, she's instructing. And she's not letting him to go. And Krishna says, Maya, please let me go. I have to go now. I'm getting late. So finally she says, okay. And father, so Nanda Baba is also doing the same thing, respectfully touches their feet. So Krishna touches their feet of their parents and go to the forest. At the same time, he furtively sends a sidelong glance to Radharani. Okay? And being goodbye in his own way, and Radha understands. And they cannot look straight face to face each other because the parents, Amanya is there, okay? Respect. But they exchange each other's glances and they part. And Krishna goes to forest, Radharani goes to her home. Having entered the forest, Krishna then delightfully sports with his friends. So now we'll see his pastime, what happens in the forest with his sakas. And there also he meets Radharani, okay? Enjoying many kinds of games for some time. There's so many kinds of games they play. Then after engaging the coward boys in various duties, Krishna quietly slips away. So then, while he's talking with Sakas, surreptitiously goes away. Okay, and only close Sakas know that, and they help Subala like that. Suddenly he feels ebullient, for he is on his way to rendezvous with the gopis. Now he's meeting the gopis there in the forest also, actually. These are things very, very secret, very, very confidential. Most people don't know about all these things. See now how dense it is getting there. And I got to read all these things for you, and time is clicking away. How am I going to do this thing? So I'm going to read very quickly. And it is important that we read every word of it. So please, I beg you, all of you, to read every word, and you will enjoy. You will enjoy every word of it, as I did while I was preparing this thing. After seeing Krishna enter the forest, and all this thing being done in the dead of the night, all this typing and everything, okay? I was doing all these things. That's how my 18 hours goes, without realizing where 18 hours goes. And I fully enjoy, blissfully. After seeing Krishna enter the forest and disappear out of sight, Radha, so now I'm going to just simply read, okay? Now please hear me, okay? I beg you to hear me and enjoy every word of it, okay? I wish I had more time. Unfortunately, I don't. Radha returns to her home. Love-smitten gopis are already pining for Krishna on the pretext of collecting flowers. So Radharani and Sakya, they tell their home that they have to pick up the flowers from the forest. So on that pretext, they come there, and collecting flowers for Surya Deva. Remember, Radharani used to worship the sun god, and her mother-in-law knows that. She has to allow her to go to the forest with all the Sakhis. So Radha tricks her elders, and accompanied by her Sakhis, who enters very same forest, eager to meet Krishna, her Priyatama, thus hoodwinking everyone and surmounting obstacles, though insurmountable, but they surmount somehow. So Radha and Krishna both joyfully meet, and this is happening every day, exactly the same way, Nitya Leela. So now they meet in the secret grooves in the forest. The Sakhas and Sakhis already prepared for the couples to meet. Okay? So in the joyous abandon, they play many games, make amorous innuendos. Krishna is, he is how charming. He does both ways, lovingly, also teasing Radharani, and she enjoys to, flirt one another, relish the precious stolen moments together. And that's where the enjoyment is there, secretly, with the fear that somebody will discover them. That's where the enjoyment is there, The Sakhis urge Radha and Krishna to sit upon a flower decorated swing. The swing is there in the forest. The Sakis then swing in past comments, stealing the flute away from. So Radharani steals the flute of Krishna and his daily lila, slips to her Sakis, makes signs to them to hide it. So Radharani steals Krishna's flute. Krishna Radha gives to the Sakis to hide it. So Krishna does not recognize that. So Krishna runs from tree to nook, look everywhere for his flute. Shri Radhika and her Sakis are greatly amused and joyfully laugh, seeing the situation of Krishna. As Krishna goes from one end to another and begging them for his flute, because flute must be there with him. With flute, he used to call the cows, right? And with flute, he will call each cow by their names. Sakis laugh and make witty remarks that the most attractive Krishna tries to counter by jokes and teasing rebuttals. Finally, after such fun and hunting, the Sakis return the flute to Krishna. Then Radha and Krishna, followed by the Sakis, enter the part of the forest where the grooves of the trees' bowers are permanently in the bloom. There, Radha large silver syringes and playfully drench each other with scented colored waters, like playing Holi, made from vermilion and other pigments. Sometimes they smear each other's limbs and bodies with sandalwood, kumkums, and many other hues of fragrant pasties, as is done in the spring festival like Holi. In the delightful beauty of the forest, the Sakis all join in the forest and assist in his specially trying to color Radha and Krishna with fragrant waters. At the same time, all are soothed by the gentle springtime breezes of the forest. All the seasons they cooperate with Krishna's delight, all by the arrangement of Vrinda Devi. In this way, O most exalted Muni, Narada, the divine couple, along with the Sakis, joyfully pass their time in blissful place, befitting their time, place, and their mood. Eventually, they, exhausted from such hectic dalliances, Radhika and Krishna seek the cooling shade of a large tree and sit down beneath upon a divine throne. All this has been prepared by the Sakhas and Sakhis. Catching their breath, they begin to drink refreshing honey nectar prepared from flower. Okay? However, as the sweet beverage start to affect them, they become intoxicated with great love for each other, not the intoxication due to the liquor. Okay, it's not really a liquor; it's the honey from the flowers. Their eyelids droop out, and soon they fall off into the light, restful sleep. Later, awakened by the arrows of Kamadev, their erotic urges having been aroused, they enter the inner kunja of the forest. Remember, this is all very, very confidential. We don't discuss in the company of non-devotees. And I'm assuming everybody is chanting the holy name. Okay? This is divine kind of erotism, not the material platform. Overcome and almost debilitated by intense lusty desires. This lust is actually prema. They converse in broken, intoxicated words, almost incomprehensibly, and engage in amorous plays, just like of the mating king and queen of the elephants. Also drunken by the honey of the beverage and peering through sleepy, bleary eyes, the Sakis stumble out of the grove sanctum through different exits into the other kunjas nearby in order to leave the divine couple alone. Now they want to give some privacy to the couple. So Subala will be waiting outside the flower bed. Sakis will be there. Manjaris will be always ready. Manjaris remain there actually. Sakis wait outside through the engines of influence. So because Manjari is constantly needed, like fanning the couple and so on, like that. Krishna expands himself so many Krishnas, as there are gopis and approaches each gopi. So Krishna enjoys with the other gopis too, also the same way. Like a kingly elephant infatuated with lust in the midst of many she elephants, Krishna begins to enjoy untiringly with each gopi, while simultaneously being most attentive to the pleasure of his dear Mother Sri Radha. Later, after such divinely transcendental love sports, Krishna enters a lake with Radhika and the Sakhis, so they're water sporting now. So Narad Muni again interjects at this juncture, inquiring, "O Vrinda Devi, how is it possible that Nanda Nandana Krishna's nectarian Madhurya Krida, Madhurya, sweet pastimes, conjugated pastime, Aishwarya in the form of multiple expansion can manifest itself? Now Krishna is enjoying this sweet pastime, so Aishwarya should not enter, right? And yes, Krishna is multiplying himself, that is opulence, Aishwarya. So how is that taking place? Is asking, So kindly dissipate my doubts. That probably will be in the next slide. See how details is there. And we have only 10 minutes. I urge you to read yourself, really. I don't have time to read all these things. And I fully enjoy too, like every one of you. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sidhu, Dinabandhu, Chatita. Oh sage Narada, Shri Krishna, absolute and complete Madhurya which is actually his Leela Shakti. That is what arranges. And the potency through which he performs his unlimited pastimes in Vraja, expanding himself, he is able to be simultaneously with his many Gopa friends and Sakhis, playing with each of them separately. However, in his original form, Krishna gives pleasure to Sri Radha only. And all this is achieved through the employment of his Madhurya Leela Shakti and not the Aishwarya Shakti. So this is what we need to understand. After entering the lake, Radha Krishna and the Sakhis become absorbed in the water sports, splashing, jostling, and bathing each other in the lotus-filled lake. If I read like everything, there's no way I can finish now. Alex, take 5 minutes break. Let's make it 3 minutes, okay, please. Sir Prabhuji, what should I do? Sir Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What should I do? How should I do? It's very important to read all this thing also, But see, I have a limited time. I'm in dilemma. I'm enjoying, I'm sure you are also enjoying, but we all have limited time. And this Ashtakali Leela, if you read every word of it, such great description, that is what is needed. This is purposely given that way. So the devotee can come to the Raga platform.
Actually, in Govinda Leelamrita, it is given in much greater detail.
I'm sure.
That is a
But
huge.
they are all very, very confidential.
Yes.
પ્રભુજી ગઈકાલે મેં આખી વાંચી પીપીટી લગભગ 1 કલાક થયો તો મને વાંચતા.
રક્ષાબંધન આ બધું સંસ્કૃત આજે બધી આપણે તો ખાલી ટ્રાન્સલેશન વાંચી છે એને સંસ્કૃત શ્લોકો છે એ તો ઓર બી મધુર છે એકચ્યુઅલી ઓર બી સ્વીટ છે તમે આ બધું એડજસ્ટ કરો ક્યારેક તો તમારી લાઈફ ચેન્જ થઈ જશે. You want to sing this.
પ્રભુજી બુકમાં છે આ બધા શ્લોકો બુકમાં આપ્યા છે
આમાં શ્લોકો આવે સંસ્કૃત શ્લોકો છે બધાના. આજે હું ડિસ્ક્રિપ્શન જે વાંચ્યું ટ્રાન્સલેશન actually Sanskrit slow and they are very, very beautifully composed.
Wow.
ઓરિજિનલ બુક નથી તમારી પાસે?
અમારી પાસે પીડીએફ છે પ્રભુજી.
અરે પીડીએફ માં બી છે. હું તમને નહીં હોય તો હું તમને મોકલાવી દઈશ. મારી પાસે છે. હું તમને પીડીએફ મોકલાવીશ આ શ્લોકો સહિત.
છે પ્રભુજી અમારી પાસે છે.
બસ એ તમે વાંચો ને તો particularly you are such a great singer, you'll enjoy it a lot more.
શ્યોર પ્રભુજી, અમે ટ્રાય કરશું.
Thank you. તમારું આખું જીવન બદલાઈ જશે રક્ષા માતાજી.
શ્યોર પ્રભુજી. બહુ જ આનંદ, એક કાલે વાંચ્યું ને એટલી મજા આવી હતી. લગભગ 1 કલાક થયો હતો મને. આરામથી એકદમ શાંતિથી વાંચી હતી.
મારી તો આખી નાઈટ આવી રીતે જાય છે. આજે હું બનાવું છું પાવર પોઈન્ટ, નાઈટ આવી રીતે જાય છે અને મને ખબર નથી પડતી ક્યારે સવાર પડી જાય છે.
સાચી વાત છે, બહુ સરસ છે પ્રભુજી.
Okay, everybody get ready. Okay, now it is the afternoon time, okay? So actually in reality, Radha and Krishna meets all the time. And yet there is a Vipralamba is also there. Remember, we heard before, gopis are waiting for Krishna's return, but they actually meet there during the daytime also, you know. Oh, best of the munis. So now we are talking about exactly in the mid-noon time, okay? Oh, best of the munis, Narada. In this way, the time flits out, passes in a joyful, fun way, as Radha and Krishna and the Sakhis enjoy jesting and laughter each other, immersed in the mutual love, divine love. Eventually, they fall into the idyllic sleep for some time. They rest also there, okay? Awakening, intoxicated with bliss, they all move to a large, sprawling divan and sit comfortably upon it with an air of carefree exuberance, deciding to play a game of dice. All in sports, they do that. They sit down, the rules, and Krishna always tries to cheat Radharani. Radharani's Sakhi Vishaka is very, very vigilant and makes sure that Krishna does not take advantage of Radha, you know. And of course, Radha wins. Jesting and immersed in prema, they roll the dice. Within a short while, Krishna is defeated by Radha, but demands that he won necklaces of his beloved. So there's always a wages there also. That if I win, you have to give this your necklace and so on like that. And so Radha demands that you lost, you know. So this is the kind of enjoyment they have. You know? Krishna approaches Radha looking to take away her necklace, but Radha declines and chastises him for cheating with a light slap of his lotus hand. Now looking sobered up and feigning, pretending that he might have to leave, Krishna says, "Oh Devi, if you are the real winner, then I shall certainly reward you of your wager. So be ready to accept." So Radharani said, "I must go now, you know." Krishna won't let her go, you know. So here are the kisses and embraces. So actually Krishna says, our wager is for that, you let me kiss you, you know, so and like that. So Krishna declares, and despite his Radha's embarrassed protest, because Radharani is conscious about all the guppies, all the sakhis, you know, and how can you kiss me like that, you know? So Krishna plants a winner's kiss upon her beautiful lotus lips, designed to behold Radha's crooked eyebrows. So Radharani also does go through that, you know, that as if she's angry, you know, but she's not angry within herself. Here are words in chastisement of our beloved Shama, the pet parrots, and the loving couples Shuka and Sharika. That's, remember, male and female parrot. And they all cooperate with the couple. Appear, and soon after the various verbal battle, in loving glorification, they insistently dispute. So they fight each other. I won. No, say I won, like that, each other. You know? Suddenly Radha and Krishna fall silent, listening to the parrots. So now the parrots are interjecting. And this was a sign for them to prepare for home. In that we are already arranged, given responsibility to this male and female parrot to make sure timely they meet and timely they depart. Number 30, Krishna bids farewell to his beloved Radhika, heading back to rejoin the cows. The other sakhas, ordinary sakhas, they don't even realize that they were missing Krishna, okay? But Radhika also walks away with her sakhis in the direction of the Surya temple. So in reality, she's supposed to go and worship sun god's temple there, So she goes there, resumes her worship there. However, once out of sight, Krishna changes the direction and disguising himself in the attire of a Brahmana and goes to the Surya temple. So again, Krishna does not leave her alone. Krishna disguises himself as a Brahmana and go to the same sun god temple where Radhika is going to worship. Krishna has not immediately recognized Radha. How is it possible? Krishna and not being able to recognize, but this is all Yogamaya's arrangement, Vrindadevi's arrangement. Krishna also puts into being bewilderment. He does not recognize Radhika like that, Unsuspectingly, they request him to conduct the worship and make offering to Suryadev on their behalf. Thereupon, Suryadev also understands, of course. Krishna recites several lines of a fictitious and fabricated mantra that sounds very comical. So he's acting as a Brahmana to recite those mantras to benefit, to help Radharani to worship Krishna, sun god. But Krishna is not a real Brahmana, of course, So he makes some mistakes in the mantras, all these things. Narada, the intelligent, perceptive Sakhis immediately detect the false Vedic incantations. So gopis, some of the smart gopis, especially Vishaka Devi, who is very, very vigilant, right? She recognized Krishna. This is not a real Brahmana. He's fake Brahmana. Because from the pronunciation of his mantras, I can tell he's not a real Brahmana. So she warns Radhika that this is Krishna actually, So Radharani understands this. They lose themselves in feeble ecstasy, drowning in the ocean of prema. 34. O Muni Narada, over a period of 2.5 praharas, approximately 7.5 hours, the variety of these wonderful pastimes unfolds, after which Krishna goes back to join his friends and the cows in the grazing grounds of forest, and Radhika and Sakhi return to their respective homes. This is happening every day, and still anything happens every day, same thing repeatedly, but still a novelty. There is Krishna's opulence. Now it is the late afternoon, okay? So it's afternoon. Vrindadevi continued, O Narada, Krishna rejoins his sakhas and to call back their scattered. So Krishna gathers all the cows, okay? He plays upon his Murli flute. Remember, there are 3 kinds of flutes, yes. Murli is a sharp pitch, high pitch voice to call back the cows. The cows understand that. And there's a flute, a little longer, where he sings, okay, in the Murli, in the flute. So there are 3 kinds of that we heard the description before, which exhilarates the hearts of all the Brajavasis. And the Brajavasis being able to hear that he's playing the flute in the forest, okay? Expertly playing his flute, Krishna with his friends leads the large herd of cows back to Braja. There are thousands and thousands of cows every day Krishna takes. As Krishna approaches the palace of Nanda Baba, the faint sound of his flute is heard in the distance, the tinkling of the cowbells, the dust cloud raised by the weary hoofs of the cows. And remember, these are all Udipanas for the gopis actually returning. And remember, they are still missing in Vipralamba, even though they constantly meet together all the time. This Vipralamba and Union Sambhava is all the time going on. And Krishna is returning. After returning home, Radhika is bathed in appropriately ornamented dress. There's no way I can read all these things. It's so wonderful, I can't read. Okay, now it is the Sayankala, evening. Krishna milks several cows himself and helps his father supervise the milking of the thousands of cows. At the end of the milking session, Krishna accompanies his father back to Nanda Bhavana at the head of a large group of cowherd helpers carrying pots containing thousands of gallons of fresh milk. Returning home, Krishna sits with his father, uncles, elders, cousins, brothers, Balaramaji, plus the Sakhis, Sakhas. Together they all enjoy pre-dinner appetizers consisting of edibles to be chewed, sucked. So all 4 kinds of foods are there. So that is before actual dinner, okay? Appetizers. Now it is the evening time, real evening time. There is a pre-evening. So when Krishna returns from the forest, that's what we are talking about. So before Yashoda Maya has to ask Srimati Radhika, sends over to Nanda Bhavana the sumptuous. So now Yashoda Maya calls Radhika to come back, cooking the dinner for Krishna. So she has cooked with the help of other Sakhis. Sitting with his father, brother, and other Sakhas for dinner, Krishna, while relishing the delicacies, praises with many clever words the different preparations and quality of cooking. Sometimes he jokes as if he didn't like this for the delight of the Radha. Radha goes into mana, goes angry that by cooking, why doesn't he enjoy, like that? Knowing well that the delicious feast been sent by his beloved Radha. Afterwards, Krishna accompanies the joyful entourage of his father, friends, and relatives into the splendidly assembly hall where speech makers, ballad singers, they are all being entertained also. There are singers, okay, and dancers who are waiting while they are enjoying their dinner. At the same time, Yashoda Maiya makes a large package of all the food preparations sent by Radha and gives it to the Sakhis and who had brought the dinner. So apparently Radharani cooks and sends the food to Nanda Bhavana. The gopis, Dhanishta, you know all Dhanishta, right? Dhanishta is the unmarried gopi. Secretly obtains and adds Krishna's personal remnants to the package, which soon arrives at the house of Radhika, where Sakhis offer everything to Radhika. So now it becomes a prasada for the gopis, right? Krishna sends back the remnants. With the deepest affection, in return, Radhika distributes Krishna's remnants to all the Sakhis, and they all relish. Having enjoyed the remnant, the Sakhis dress and prepare the joyful Radhika very charmingly for her nocturnal abhisara. Remember, now they are going to meet together again in the night time, they sleep together. So now Sakhis are preparing for that. Ratri, I'm already exhausted all the time now, so I can't read. You have to read yourself now. Haribol. That's because this discussion is also important. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, come on. Are you still on that ecstasy?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Everyone must be
Pranam,
that
Prabhuji.
ecstasy.
Yes, Prabhuji. So wonderful, Leela. हमें
I
ये
could
याद
read
करती
half
है
of it.
सारी. Yes,
You have to
Prabhuji.
read at your leisure time, actually. You really have to read leisure time. You
In that,
will enjoy
in
every
that
word
case,
of it.
Prabhuji.
Every word of it, enjoy.
Yes, Prabhuji. Very true. Prabhuji, इनमें that means हम हमेशा साथ ही है, मतलब खाना बनाने के लिए वापस आते हैं.
Most of the 24 hours they are together, actually,
हाँ.
And still that Vipralamba is there.
तो है ना.
They could not tolerate even the 1/16th of a second. The eye blinking. Hare Krishna.
प्रभुजी अष्टकालीय लीला जो है वो सेपरेशन के पहले, उनके 100 ईयर सेपरेशन के पहले ही है कि उसके बाद के नित्य लीला हर रोज ही होती है.
इसके पहले की बात ये नित्य लीला. Remember he goes to forest, everything, so still he is in Braja. इसके पहले की बात है.
अच्छा प्रभु.
This is नित्य लीला. But in aprakata form there is no separation. We already noted that, right?
प्रभु जी अप्रकट लीला में भी ये सारी लीलाएं हर रोज होती होगी.
Yeah, aprakata लीला is all the time is going on. There is no separation. Krishna never goes anywhere else. Remember, Krishna does not leave Vrindavan all the time. Braja Krishna. what goes in Mathura is his expansion actually. But that impression is created in the minds of the gopis that he's away, you know. So that what gopis are enjoying, it's all spurti. Remember what is spurti? Momentary kind of, but as if it's the reality is there, you know. So it's kind of difficult to really understand unless you are in that kind of mood, you know. So we really pray, you know, that we understand this thing. Our mind has a limited capacity, you know. So more and more you come to Raga platform. This is the way to come to Raga platform. When you come to that platform, then you will understand and you will rejoice, you know. Hare Krishna. Any other points, questions? If you're silent, I could have given more time to reading that thing, you know. I wanted to give you enough time to, you know, think and ask questions, you know, please. I could have utilized that time, you know.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was so beautiful, very beautifully narrated and described. We are still in trance, but it was very beautiful. Can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Your voice is breaking. I cannot understand. Sharad Prabhuji, what is she saying?
Mataji, you can increase your volume. Santa Mataji.
I think it is internet problem, Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Okay, anybody else in the meantime?
प्रभुजी वो दो पॉइंट है ना, ड्रीमिंग, वेकिंग इन ड्रीमिंग एंड इन ड्रीम स्टेट वेकिंग, वो वापस समझाए ना प्रभुजी.
Those are difficult to understand. Let me try to make you understand. Okay. So there are two kinds of dream. While he's fully awake, and he's dreaming, and that happens to all of us actually. Many times, I gave an example. You are talking to your husband, okay, and suddenly Raksha Mataji is thinking about the class, where she's fully awake, okay, and she's talking to her husband, but she was thinking about this particular class that was happening today, that happened today, you know. So now you understand, Raksha Mataji, that you understand, right? That happens.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Now the other kind of dream state, sleeping and still feeling awake, okay, that is little difficult to understand. It sounds like same, but it's not exactly same. Now the person is sleeping, but in the sleep state is fully awake.
So प्रभुजी, it is in spiritual world में होता होगा कि material world में भी होता होगा?
This happens only in spiritual world. It happens to this divine couple, you know. And of course, we heard the story about Usha and Aniruddha. Usha and Aniruddha happened that exactly, and I gave you the example also. In the dream state, Aniruddha is in Dwarka, okay, and Usha in the palace of Banasura. What is that city? What is the name of the city that Banasura rules? God. You remember, Sharad Prabhuji?
Yes.
Shonitpur or something like that, right?
Banasura and his place, that is what is the present?
What is the name of the city? Shonitpur or something like that?
Assam to Dwarka, that is the distance. Should be about 2,000 kilometers.
Yeah. So each other, Usha and Aniruddha, they're dreaming each other. Okay, Sharad Prabhuji, can you take over the discussion for a few minutes?
Okay. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. The Sambhoga, the whole pastimes that Prabhuji was explaining. So, and he said that it is Nitya Leela. So every day there was Sambhoga in Ashtakaliya Leela. So when did Vipralamba happen? Like it happens during the Ashtakaliya Leela also, or Vipralamba happens because Ashtakaliya means all 8 times of the day. So when will they get to perform the Vipralamba Leelas then? Like I'm trying, I'm just perplexed with all these.
Yeah, what has been shown in the initial slides in Prakata Leela, there is Vipralamba. But in Aprakata Leela, there is no Vipralamba. That is the basic thing we have to remember. In Ashtakaliya Leela, which is in Aprakata, like if you ask even today, what is happening in Vrindavana, because Vrindavana, the Krishna never leaves. All the Leelas, they are being performed even today. But we cannot see with our material eyes. Now in that there is no Vipralamba, there is no separation. Only separation in the Prakat Leela when Krishna was here 5,000 years back, and that was for a specific purpose. That is what is the meaning of what we learned here.
So only in Prakata, sorry.
Lalita Priya Mataji, even in Prakata Leela, they do experience Vipralamba. Okay, so Vipralamba and meeting going all the time together. Remember when Krishna has to leave in the morning when they're awakened by the chirping of the parrots, by the arrangement of Vrindadevi, they have to leave each other, right? So that is separation, and they cannot tolerate that separation. Same way in the forest, they meet, obviously, in the afternoon. But then, as we heard, Radharani and the Sakhis had to return to their own homes. So that is the period of Vipralamba again. So in Prakata Leela, this Vipralamba is going on, but in Aprakata Leela, there is no Vipralamba.
So the Aprakata Leela is different because it's in mode of Sambhoga, and in Prakata Leela there is also Vipralamba. So in Ashtakaliya Leela also happens in Prakata and Aprakata also, right? Prabhuji, Ashtakaliya happens in both Prakata and Aprakata.
No, actually, the Vipralamba does not occur in the Aprakata Leela, but Prakata and Aprakata Leela, I'm not sure I understand your question. That this particular Ashtakaliya Leela, it's happening all the time, even in Aprakata, but there is no separation going on like that. So that kind of is not there. It's very difficult to understand, very difficult to kind of make sense out of it. It's beyond our capacity,
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I was just only wondering that, Ashtakaliya Leela must be in both Prakata and Apra, manifested and unmanifested, both. Ashtakaliya means it's 8 times.
In Aprakata Leela, there is no separation. So Ashtakaliya, we go through that. We just read, right?
Yes,
it is not half part of it. That there is a separation is there, but that kind of separation is not there in Aprakata Leela.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Ashtakali Leela, it's difficult for me also. It's difficult to explain, to understand that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. You're okay, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah. It's for me. It's a routine all the time. These things I experience all the time. When I'm in an extreme emotional state, it happens all the time.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी एक पॉइंट मुझे अभी आया है माइंड में कि अगर अप्रकट लीला में ये लीला होती है तो वहां पे तो उनको घर पे जाना नहीं है कि चलो अभी हमें घर भी जाना है, तो जो पैरेट है सुका और सारी का, तो फिर वो क्या बोलते होंगे कि अभी आप वो यहाँ पे प्रकट लीला में कहते हैं कि अभी आपको यू हैव टू रेडी फॉर द होम, तो अभी अप्रकट लीला में अगर है तो वो घर तो जाना नहीं है, ऐसा ही प्रभु जी?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's very difficult for us to understand, and I think we need to do some research. Sharad Prabhuji, let us both do some research to understand that, but I'm not sure that kind of detailed explanation is given anywhere else. I'm not sure how to. This is something like that. Just like Jiva Goswami explains, sometimes scripture says something and not everything is clear. Then you have to kind of understand. It's called philosophical speculation, not the mental speculation within the limit of scripture. So that is how we need to understand that.
We'll give a thought to this.
It's just like so I would imagine, remember this is my imagination, okay? I'm trying to connect the dots here. What is given that there is no real separation in Apragata Leela, okay? So if Ashtakali Leela is going on both in Apragata form, I'm not sure about that, but if that happens, then you have to figure it out what happens there. So there's kind of an imagined separation might be happening in during Apragata Leela. Even that also, because what is given is clear, they don't go through that separation in Apragata Leela. Krishna never lives anywhere, So in Apragata Leela, let's say, let's talk about the daily routines. Krishna goes to forest and everything. If that's happening in Apragata Leela, it's happening all the time. Okay. So in Apragata Leela, Krishna going in the forest, but they are constantly enjoying each other's company. There's not even a moment of separation in Apragata Leela. So really, I must honestly say, I don't have answers to that. Really, I don't have answers to that. Maybe Sharad Prabhuji, we can do some research on that.
Yeah, because when Krishna left for Mathura, we are saying that the gopis, they were in separation. But even in that separation, Krishna used to meet all the gopis. They used to see Krishna. They used to see Krishna and he used to disappear. That's why they were meeting also. There was union and separation happening all the time.
That's called Sfurti. And that's, remember, that kind of special kind of meditation Krishna advised gopis to practice that. What's the Swaki? That kind of, what is the name? That, so yeah, Swarsaki meditation. So they used to actually experience that Krishna is right in front of them. So both in a Pragata Leela, and this is happening in reality, but in Apragata Leela, it's not happening like that. There is no separation. They constantly enjoy each other all the time. See, that's another example. Let me give you that Krishna gopis are made by Yogamaya to make them convinced that they are married to other gopas, but in real situation they were never married. But they were made that way, to think like that, to invoke the parakya bhava. Right? So this is the same kind of situation, that kind of difficulty is to understand how is it possible. But this is all possible by Yogamaya's arrangement. There's nothing impossible for Krishna. It's our mind finds it difficult to grasp this kind of understanding. Hare Krishna. But Sharad Prabhuji, do some research, find out what Rakshamati is saying, that this Ashtakaliya Leela, does it happen in Apragata Leela?
Okay.
My understanding that it happens, but so that it must be a sort of a creation, the bewilderment. There's no real separation, but that bhava is created, might have been created, if Ashtakaliya Leela does happen even in Apragata Leela, which I'm not sure.
Yes, like in Golak Vrindavan, always these Leelas, they take place and they are taking, and there is no effect of time there.
There is always present. There is no past or future.
There is no past or future there. It is always present. That's why we can say there is no separation.
Okay. Any other points, questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. In
Haribol,
Aprakata
Mataji.
form, is there the Yashoda Mata, Nanda Baba and others present?
Yeah. You're talking
So,
about Prakata Leela or Aprakata Leela, right? Unmanifest person.
yes,
They are
in
there. Even in
Prakata Leela they are present.
even in Goloka, Nanda Baba Yashodamaya is there. And they are in that particular age period, permanently in that age, 50, 60, like that age, mid age. And they are eternally fixed in that particular age.
So all these Leelas are also going in Aprakata Leela. All
Yeah,
these
if-
Radha Rani cooking for Krishna ji.
Yeah,
And
everything is going on there. But I'm not sure because because what is given there is no Vipralamba. So that because in this Ashtakali Leela, we do see there is a separation is there. This Vipralamba is there. But we are told that in Apragata Leela, unmanifest time, there is no separation. So there is what I'm also in the same kind of difficulty to understand, grasp that. Now, I don't have that information ready with me. We need to do some research on that.
yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
I have another question, not relating to Ashtakaliya, but I have another
Yeah.
question about this Damodar Leela, because I read and I heard several times that Damodar Leela only happens in Bauma Vrindavan. And that is the speciality of Damodar Leela, because in Golok Vrindavan, Krishna is always in that 16, 15-year-old Krishna. So if that is the case, how do we understand or comprehend this Aprakata Leela also with
Yeah, I also,
Yashodamaya?
Lalita previously, I also read, now kind of vaguely I remember, that actually in Goloka, there is no birth, or that kind of Leela is there in Goloka. Sharat Prabhuji can correct me, but I read
Yes.
somewhere,
Yes.
I vaguely remember, there is no birth ceremony or things like that
Yes.
in Goloka.
Yes, Prabhuji. So
Is it
how
correct,
do we...
Prabhuji?
Yes.
Sharat
Yes.
Prabhuji, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So my question is, if Yashoda Maiya and Nanda Baba are present in Aprakata Leela also, how do we understand that this Leela is not happening in Golok Vrindavan, but it is only happening in Bauma Vrindavan and other planetary systems and universes where the pastimes are being enacted in Aprakata form? Is that something to like understand like that, Prabhuji, that it is not happening in Goloka Vrindavan, but other planetary systems in Aprakata
Yeah.
is
So they are all
happening?
material universe, all the material universes, that's happening exactly the way what we hear. That's
So
happening at
that,
different times. When a particular material universe is destroyed, all the material universe is not simultaneously destroyed.
yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
that is what we gather. So that we heard just few weeks back. Remember that came across. That
Yes,
the question was asked: what happens? The dissolution of universe, the Leela is going eternally. How do we understand? So that is where we were told that then it happens to other universes.
yes,
So
Prabhuji.
all these universes are not synchronously created and destroyed.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. So Damodar Leela happens in other universes also, not
Exactly,
just
yeah.
Bauma Vrindavan on this universe.
Yeah, it's unlikely in the Goloka, because Goloka there is
Only
no
15
description.
years,
There is
yeah.
no. Krishna is always young.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
But in all universes, this Bharatvarsha is there. It is not only in this universe, in all universes, Bharatvarsha is there. And the Lord Krishna, he does his Leela in Bharatvarsha only.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. So the Jambudvip, Bharatvarsh, Bharadakand, all are there in
Everything
every
is there.
single
Yeah, all the
in every-
universes they have that.
Okay.
But the sizes are different. Because the size of Brahma, that is also different. As
Yes,
you
Prabhuji.
did in Chaitanya Charitamrita, like ours is a 400 Brahma. There are Brahmas who have got millions and billions of heads also, because those universes are much bigger.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So all these pastimes, Diwali, Vijayadashami, everything is happening in Rama Vijayotsava. Everything is happening in other universes also simultaneously in a different, not asynchronously, but not synchronously, but happening in different time span of those universes. If that is my,
Yes.
that is what I'm understanding.
Obviously, time span is also different on different universes. Time
Yes,
span is
Prabhuji.
different. But there is a Bharat Varsha is there, so the same time period must be there in there over there also. So just like in this universe, Brahma's time period is different than ours. You know?
And then
Okay, now
Ashtakaliya
we are,
Leela. Sorry, Prabhuji. Sorry.
yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
are out of time now. So let's conclude the class.
પ્રભુજી એક મિનિટ પ્રભુજી એક જ point. This is parallel
but
universe then? Parallel universe? આપણે પણ ત્યાં હશું બીજા યુનિવર્સમાં આપણે પણ હશું?
in different lifetimes, not in the same lifetime. We go to the different universes, of course, you know, on different life forms, but not at the same time, I believe. It cannot be, right? Because the soul
Okay.
cannot be divided. It happens for Krishna, but not for us. Shraddha,
Okay,
do you
Prabhuji.
understand this question? Okay, now let's conclude the class.
So, Prabhuji, tomorrow onwards also 1 hour late, this morning session hours in India, it will be 6:30.
Now onwards it's 6:30 for the next
Yes.
few.
Yes. All devotees, please remember the changed timings.
Okay. Raksha Mataji, Samata Mataji, who is, or Nitya Sakhi Mataji? Any volunteers?
Sure, Prabhuji. If no one is ready,
Yeah, Lalita Sakhi Mataji, go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji Lali.
Thank you. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladaladaine. Praladaladaine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. शीलतङ्कानकालये शीलतङ्कानकालये इतो नृसिंहो परतो नृसिंहो इतो नृसिंहो परतो नृसिंहो नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरेणका अद्भुतशृङ्गा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव करकमलवरेणका अद्भुतशृङ्गा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नृसिंहदेव जय नृसिंहदेव जय नृसिंहदेव जय नृसिंहदेव जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Bhakti Vigna Vinashka Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Prahlad Nrsimha Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Srila Prabhupada. All glory to Srimad Bhagavatam. All glory to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. All glory to all the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. So we will meet again tomorrow. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.